Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Alexander Gray.
Things that my wife has said to me that I could never possibly say to her. Never in a million years say to her.
You made a list?
I made
This
a
one
list.
sounds going to be interesting.
Okay.
It's on my phone.
I don't say anything bad.
Okay. Are you really going to wear that?
Well, okay.
Yeah. Go on, good sir. Go on.
That one comes out often.
She already felt the way off of that one. You can see the facial change, the expression change off of just that one.
Wow, that's a lot of food. In that same tone too. That's a lot of food.
Because sometimes you put so much on your plate and I know
We don't need to hear the explanation, girl. He's just trying to put in the words.
you're not going to eat it all and then it goes to waste.
Does it go to waste? Does it go to waste? You smell like you
I mean, it turns into waste afterwards.
need a shower. I shower daily.
I know.
Okay, it's okay. Are you stupid?
You actually, the other day, had my notebook.
If
with
I
my new
ever
plan.
said that.
She's trying to defend herself off of these, and it's just like, girl, he got you.
No, but these.
I would be
these
destroyed.
These need context to
Right.
them.
Oh, this is she sings this song when she refers to me, how I am as a person. He's a bit of a fixer-upper. That's what she says to me. Yep, that's how she sings about me.
You have been sold a lie. You have been told that women want men to open up. But the truth is that she isn't resentful of his silence. She exploits it. That's how women operate. While she throws insults at him disguised as like cute, funny remarks because she's a woman, he bites his tongue until it's bloody, staying silent for the sake of her comfort. She doesn't want to hear about this double standard. She doesn't want to know the ways that she's failing, how rude she is to him, because that doesn't make her feel good. The irony being that modern women martyr themselves about all the emotional labor that they do, while completely ignoring the emotional labor that men do, the male contribution. Namely, how much restraint it takes for a man to not speak his mind.
Alex is right on this one. The restraint that men have to not slap a woman sometimes is beyond me.
To stay silent. He is expected to keep this stuff to himself because her peace, not his voice, is what she actually cares about. That's her true priority. Lots of women might ask you to share, but the invitation is fake. Your truth is her nuisance.
A lot of women don't want the truth. They want comfort. They'd rather you lie to them for years than to tell them the truth
I always say it. They want those sweet, sweet nothings.
quick. Do you really want him to come and tell you that he didn't like the way you look when your wig came off? Do you really want him to tell you that he didn't like how your body looked when the lights was on? Do you really want him to tell you that your breath is a little funky? That your cat stink a little bit, got a little scent to it that he don't like? He don't like your kids. He don't like your family. Your personality don't hit for him.
I want you to open up, she says, but that is not an open invitation. She has an agenda. She wants something specific. Consider the evidence. You share how her disrespectful behavior makes you feel. That's you opening up, that's you sharing, but it just makes her defensive and she shuts down. So you confide about your fears and your struggles, but that just makes her recoil. She retreats from you. So you think, okay, what else can I open up about? I'll talk about my hobbies. I'll talk about my work. I'll talk about some good news that my friend just got, but now she seems bored. Why? Isn't this you opening up? The problem is that everything that you've shared was about you. She wants it to be about her. When she says, please open up, tell me how you feel, what she actually means is, please tell me how you feel about me. When you understand this,
That I did know. Okay, this actually do know and understand this quite well, Alex.
you
That was on my
understand
end.
women. I'm going to explain why female psychology operates this way. Back to the video and how women might say, please open up and share your feelings, but what she's actually fishing for is for you to share your feelings about her. Observe.
There is no question that women love asking more than, so what'd you think of like when you first saw me? Like when we first met, can you like tell the story again? That's crack for us, okay? I don't even need a guy to say I love you to me. He just needs to like keep recounting the first time that he encountered me. I'd make that my alarm, my ringtone. Like I could just keep hearing that and the story doesn't get old. That's the fun part. The story never gets old. And it's always the same thing. He's just like, oh, I saw you across the bar, thought you were hot, and then you were mean, and then like you ended up getting along, and you know, now we're here. And I'm like, again, like, can you tell them how we met, you know? And he's like, what do you mean? We're not even together. And I'm like, babe, tell them how we met. tell them how you were in love with me from first sight and then keep repeating it and like say it again and like in another language and like print it and like write it in blood.
It's about her. Never forget that. It's always about her. By asking you to share your feelings, she's not walking into your reality, she's steering you to prop up her own. A man saying, I feel good, I feel happy, my life's improving. That might get a tepid response. Oh great, I'm so happy for you. Her polite tone barely masks her disappointment. She's bored because your wins don't stroke her ego. You're not delivering what she was actually wanting. If instead you say, you make me feel good, you make me really happy. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. You're helping improve me so much. That last one is especially powerful. Women.
I have never said that, nor will I probably ever really say that. I don't feel that way.
Love hearing how much they have improved men. See, if you change the wording and you make it about her, watch her come alive. You thought that you were talking about your feelings, but while it might be your stage, she's the one who needs to be in the spotlight. She says, please share with me, but she's not digging for your struggles, she's hunting for her own validation. And the best sharing his feelings that a man can do is telling her how much he loves her, how attractive she is, how desirable.
There is nothing more attractive than a man who is painfully clear about how bad he wants you. Painfully clear, like it should hurt your soul that no other man has made you feel that wanted before. Painfully clear.
And this is why we tell you guys the opposite and never listen to women when it comes to women advice.
And nothing less. If he's even slightly unsure, as my French school said, à la poubelle. Goodbye. Trash.
Some of the worst pain that men have confessed to me comes from misunderstanding what women want. In my private consultations, I've heard the same story again and again. She says, open up, and he thinks, finally, she wants to know me better. She wants to understand me. And he opens the door thinking that she's going to come inside, that she's going to help, only to find out that no, she's just window shopping. She is seeking a curated experience to validate her self-image as a compassionate person, where the man shares enough to make her feel like she's a caring partner, but not so much that she actually has to get her hands dirty and help him.
You guys hear this? This sounds so diabolical. Like this is like part of women's behaviors and women's thought processes on men.
Now, shout out to all you amazing ladies out there who are able to be there for your man. You girls rock. But this video is meant as a warning against low quality women, whose motives can go a whole lot darker than just seeking validation. Many women push men to share their feelings because they want to find out what your vulnerabilities are. Correct. So that they can use them against you in future arguments.
And this is why we push for stoicism. Yes, you can cry. Yes, you can be emotional in the corner by yourself or with your boys. You don't want to do it in front of women. Even the women you love and the women around you. I would probably never really cry in front of my sister other than the one time I did, which is mother's passing at mother's funeral. It's just something that you shouldn't be doing. And I understand that it puts burden on us men ourselves, but it also protects men and ourselves.
They're searching for ammunition. It's no wonder that so many men in this culture are reluctant to open up with women, because so often the information that they have shared has been used against them in a really vicious way. For other women, they want their man to open up so that they can do inventory. They just want to take stock of where he's at, often so that she can compare him with ex-boyfriends. Or another explanation is that a woman might encourage her man to open up because she feels guilty about the imbalance that exists in the relationship and she wants to even out the scales. She leans on him a lot, but the lack of reciprocity makes her feel vulnerable. So she pushes him to share more so that she feels less guilty. There are so many different, subtle, secret agendas going on here from women. And unfortunately, men are often clueless. You know, they're quite simple. They just take her at her word. Oh, she wants me to open up. She wants to know what I'm feeling. Okay, I'll just tell her what's on my mind. But that's not what she wanted, and she reacts really badly. And so the man retreats and he thinks, okay, I'm definitely not doing that again.
Many women complain about their man not opening up to them. But the thing is that a lot of times it turns out that he did try to open up. But what happened is when he tried to express himself, he tried to share his feelings, he tried to share what's going on up here, he was shut down. Yeah. Men have their own way of communicating. We just have to stop and listen, and we have to create a safe space so that they feel vulnerable enough with us to actually share. So until we do that,
We got to stop pointing the fingers so much at men, and we got to point the finger at ourselves. We have to start taking accountability for the things that we do and the things that we don't do in our relationships.
Yes, women do not deserve the reputation that they have as
really
the good
don't.
communicators. If a woman is feeling insecure
I
and
mean, they don't deserve the empathetic sex or the more nurturing sex either. I kind of want to remove those accolades from them too.
she needs reassurance from her man, then just ask for that. State plainly what it is that you want. Asking him to open up and then getting mad when he talks about himself instead of you, that's childish. So any women listening to this, if you're not ready to hear how a man is actually feeling, what his internal emotions actually are, if you're not strong enough to listen, you're not invested enough to help, do everyone a favor and don't ask. This is the harsh truth about a lot of modern women who talk a big game about wanting a man who opens up, who shares his emotions, is what they actually want is a little bit of vulnerability as an accessory of masculinity. Like a little garnish for flavor and appearance, enough to make her feel like she's a caring partner. When it comes to substance, women want strong, masculine, competent men with an unshakable frame. And I know that guys in the comment section will say, well, this is why you should never share your emotions with women. You're going to freak her out, she'll be uncomfortable, and then she'll lose attraction to you. But I, for one, am so sick of everything always happening on women's timeline, where the top priority is always keep women comfortable. Your girlfriend's uncomfortable hearing your true feelings? Well, guess what? Life is uncomfortable. Deal with it. You want a high quality man, you want a healthy relationship, then put in some effort. Stop being so lazy and self-centered. Because even the best men are still going to have self-doubt sometimes. They'll have fears, they'll make mistakes. And if you are a quality woman, then you will listen to him talk, you will comfort him, and you will support him and help build back his confidence. That is a true woman. Now let's move from the theory to the practical. Because when it comes to men sharing their emotions, they have to hit the sweet spot between repression and codependence. How do you do that? How do you know whether or not you've crossed that line? And also, how do you vet women to know that she is capable of being there for you in such a way that doesn't make her lose attraction for you? There is a right way to open up to women. You've got to do it within the correct frame. You probably don't know what it is. Your dad never told you because he didn't know himself. If you like the theory, you want to know the practical, then please come and join me on Patreon.
I know not everybody enjoys Alex's content, but I really do. I really think that it actually helps men do think about the little nuances of things that we don't think about. Just like how women don't think about how much men truly make, how much salaries are and stuff like that. We might not think, what is exactly she's saying when she says those things? Why is she upset or why is she does those things? Now that we understand a little bit more, we can guide ourselves around woman nature and our own nature. That's the whole point of his channel, in my opinion. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And if it